Okay, I've got the truss rod cover off. I've got a wrench in the hole. I've lowered the bridge. My tailpiece is all the way down. I hope the posts in the body are good. There's some growdiness, which I believe now is under the poly. A little bit of dirt on the binding, which is under the poly that's been left there, and so now there's nothing you can do to get it off because it's now protected under the poly. They didn't do a nice wipe down. This is a bit of a disappointment from IYV. There's some dirt there which did come off. This is where the poly on the end of the binding is not very thick. It's actually missing. And on that side as well, right at the very bottom. They did put some poly across the bottom there. And there's no dirt on that side of the binding. So there's just that little bit there. But that nut is atrocious. Atrocious, I say. Okay, I have lowered the action somewhat to see where I can get this. See if we can get some, here's a 6E. There's a 5A. There's a 4D. Let's get my support. And let's see what we can do for a G. I took that one way down to feel the tuning peg. There's the G, over G. These are factory strings, don't forget. Like to use them to do all the adjustments. I just felt that string hit the sponge. Okay, so quite high. It can go down more. It can go down more, so yeah, let's see. Yeah, it's still quite high. Oh, it's almost to the bottom. And this end is probably a little bit high. I'm just eyeballing it just to see. And my eyeball is telling me that I have 3 64ths there and 4 64ths down there. Let's just take it up a little bit, because if I tighten the truss rod down here in the middle, it's going to give me a little bit more. Alright, so that's like 3.5 64ths there. Right, so what's my truss rod like right now? Oh, it needs more. Righty tighty. It needs more righty tighty. And I think it was fully released. Okay. The thing with set necks is that if they didn't set them in good, you know, you're stuck with the action that you can get, because you can't tilt the neck back like you can with bolt-ons. So you get what you get, and you have to try to figure out how to make it do the best. At least I do, because I am not anywhere near the level of being able to take set necks off of guitars full of poly. and be able to put them back on. That G-string seems high for some reason. I'm not sure why that is. Get up a little bit for me. Yeah, the tuners do, I don't know if they're the same or worse, but you get tuned towards the stop mark, and then it travels beyond a little bit. Once you hit the mark and you stop turning and you go, hey, stay there. There are tuners like that. And then there's the ones that are precise, like at least the 1 to 15. 14s and lower are usually less precise. They kind of bobble back and forth on you. Alright, there's the E. Now I can feel the slop in the tuners much better at this tension. I was hoping for a more perfect guitar, especially since it's blue. Okay, the D is on. The A is just over. Let's try again. Alright, that seems to be there. Go back to the E, it's over. It still went over. And all over. Okay, what's it look like? The nut action over the first fret is not terrible. The nut is just like, it's cut deep, like teeth in a cog. I'll take a little bit more off the top. Once I start cutting on that, I'll know if it's bone or not. The side is rough, which would be a bonish type feeling. Hopefully it's bone. And if that's bone, I can take it down nicely and smooth up the slots, and we'll see what kind of sound we get from it. Okay, let's do a little stretch. Alrighty, I think it's time to listen to what kind of sound it will make. Let me get the air bridge plugged into the amp, and we'll see what it sounds like. Alright, we got it on. You know, this it feels pretty light. I'll have to weigh it and compare it to the green. Let's use this one. So that's a little bit of a satin finish to it. Is it on? Oh, there it is. It's on. It's on now. It's on now. Okay, so my amp is on my 65 Deluxe Reverb, no reverb and no delay setup on it. that's unusable. The tone is 47K at least. How's the pickup height? For what I changed there, I'm going to eyeball this. That should be sort of like that. Let's do this side. That's really low. Normally though, I have to have the neck pickup lower than spec because of the amount of oh, this is, I think my screw is bent again because the pickup is wobbling back and forth. Either the screw or the tab is bent. When I'm turning it, the pickup's doing the cha-cha or the twist. For people who don't remember the cha-cha or the twist. So I measured the pickups. The bridge measures 14.3K. The neck measures 7.63K. And in the middle, giving 4.97, which is lower than I would have expected. I would have thought maybe somewhere in the 6s it should have been. I don't think I would feel bad taking these pickups out. I don't think I would feel bad at all. Let's try it with a little bit of the reverb and delay on it. All right, let's go back to the bridge. Let's just take a look at this pick guard into my top. Ooh, 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 ooh. There's a mark and depression, but it did not take out the poly. They only drilled the one screw hole right here, and there's white stuff underneath that. Yeah, the poly did not chip off. I will try my best not to chip it off. See, what I usually do is take this over to my belt sander or my grinder and grind that screw down flat with the nut, and then that gives you the space you need for it to sit above the body and not touch the body. Yeah. I noticed on the other ones that, you know, I put my fingers down here, anchor my fingers, and I get a little bit of abrasion there, and that's what this is supposed to stop, but I really hate this. And if I do something like I think I want to do and I want to put this something back on, I will probably not use this one. I'll have to check my pickup stock. I think I have a white set of Vansons, maybe also a set of Wilkinsons. Here's the air bridge. So all in all, I'm pretty sure I'm not too happy with that. I'm not sure what kind of action I'm going to get when I put the roller bridge on there, because they sit a little bit higher than these saddles do here, and I've only got about 1.5 millimeters off the body at the moment. It may just work if it's fully seated. Yeah. And the roller bridge has the same kinds of posts as this bridge does. There is something underneath that bridge. There's a stamping of some kind. I won't be able to tell you what it is until I take it off. But something's catching my eye about the tailpiece. The tailpiece is screwed in, but I noticed that the screw is not flat with the top of the post. There's a gap on the back side compared to the front side on both of them, and the tailpiece is not sitting flat on top of the post collar. It's also sitting further forward than the back, so both pieces are kind of lipped up on both sides. So that would be an adventure when that comes off, and see whether I have any issues there that needs to be fixed as well. Also that this is not in the right place there. Let's take a look. Oh. They tied them all up with twisty ties. The soldering is atrocious. Ivy, I'm very, very disappointed in your quality of this soldering too. And this is it's black in there, but I don't think it's shielding. I think it's just paint. Just to paint the cavity black. I don't suspect there would be any connectivity, because I mean the wood is kind of porous and it's not really giving us anything. Nah, it's just a black primer. Yeah. And there's some kind of burn marks too. See there's a burn mark there. That's like a soldering iron did that. So I noticed it on the edge there. Yeah, definitely one on the inside, one on the outside, soldering iron. Now they have this habit of sticking a nail in the body and using it as a common point to put 2 wires to it. The yellow, okay, the yellow, yeah. They sprayed it because the yellow wire that's coming from the bridge is black at one point down here. And then the other black wire is going to the top of the pots, I think. And that pot that's crooked, I think it's because of the way they chamfered out the back. It's causing it to be crooked. It's causing it to be crooked. That won't even go on there. Is it an 11? That's, oh, that's 11. This is a 10. It didn't fit that either. That's also the deep socket 10. Oh, here's an 11. Yeah, okay, an 11. Not very tight either, right? Take it off with my hands. Okay. Oh,